Today's episode is sponsored by Mercy Without Limits. For Qurbani information, please visit www.mwlimits.org.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah rabbil alameen wa salatu wa salam ala rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Welcome to the ShuraTV's program with the Prison Outreach Program series. Again, I thank you so much for supporting us over the last 10 years, for doing the work in the prisons and the jails and working with the administrators. And we strive to bring to you those who work behind the scenes, making a difference as Muslim chaplains in the prisons here in Southern California in particular. And so today I'm just so excited and so delighted to have with us one of our brothers who has recently taken on the assignment here at the Norco facility, but he began his career at one of the largest medical prison hospitals in the country, and particularly, California being one of the largest states with prisons, in the nation and in the world. But he has been such a delight to work with over the years. But I'd like for him to introduce himself and to speak a little bit about his years as a chaplain in the California Department of Corrections.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, Assalamu alaikum, and Assalamu alaikum to everyone. Jazakumullah khairan for giving me the chance, the opportunity to introduce myself, as you know, and for the brothers and sisters. My name is Abdul Tahir, and I start July 2013 at CHCF, California Healthcare Facility, Stockton. As you said, this is the largest or the second largest the hospital in the USA. So when we did start over there, along with the chaplains of other faith groups, because that was the brand new facility, so there was nothing to teach. The musallas, the rugs, the Qurans, other Islamic books, and the same to the other faith group chaplains. And we do not have the enough budget from the headquarters, from the CCR, and even the supervisor, she did try, but it take, the process take a long time, and we need immediately. And Alhamdulillah, I know the Shura Council, Brother Abdul Hafiz, so I did contact. Alhamdulillah, we got a lot of the donations in the form of the Qurans, and we got that much. Even still, I have the Qurans in my office. I left over there, mashallah, and very standard Quran. Not only the Quran, the CDs and the booklets like how to pray, the small booklets, and the prayer rugs. Still we use the same that you donated like in 2013-14. Alhamdulillah, we're really thankful to you, Brother Hafiz, and the Shura Council. And then as the time passed by, I got some other organizations. I did contact with them, like the Pleasant, and they did help a lot for the last couple of years. And before this, we are allowed by the headquarters, by the Title 15, like 2 banquet per year. And every time I have no problem, because I know at my back the Shura Council, I will get the donations. And even in the Ramadan and the dates, again, I really thank you very much. May Allah give you reward, and the Shura Council, and all brothers who used to give the donation and willing, and please, I really request to all those, continue your support to the Shura Council. They're really doing a great job regarding not only in my facility, I know that in the entire state, to all the CDCR, the institutions, they provide the donations whenever the chaplains contact, they need it.
I'd like to ask you, what was the experience like? I know a lot of the inmates were either chronically ill and many were terminal. As a chaplain and as a Muslim chaplain, how did you find that experience?
Working in a prison system, whether it's a hospital or the regular prison, I will just say like as an employee, it's just like driving on a freeway. You have to have the correctional awareness. It's completely different than the outside ministry. And over there, the everything controlled movement, everything scheduled, the services, the everything, whatever you need to know, you have to be well organized. You cannot just let the things go. You have to be strong in the paper size, in the scheduling the things, and really communicate with the administration to be successful over there. Regarding the interaction with the inmates, I have since childhood that the passion is kind of fundamental in my inside about the religion, because I memorized the Quran. My parents put me in the madrasa, the school, to memorize the Quran, and I did in my early age. So I was in touch with the mosques and the religious people. So that is kind of my inside already. So I love to talk about my religion to all the people, all the inmates who request specifically, and not only my faith group, regarding the other faith groups, I also used to help them. But we are not supposed to teach our religion. We definitely help, like spiritually or whatever they need it. And regarding because being the medical facility, some of time they are sick. They are old age. They are not much interested regarding religion. They have more worries about the health issues. So we need to talk regarding based upon what they needed, like encouragement, right, about this life. I always tell them, keep in mind the word. This is a space of test. We all have tests. Doesn't mean you are in the prison. You have more. No, even a person is free. Maybe he has a more problem, more issue than you. That's the nature of the word that God made it, this one. So I talk like that and try first the way to talk, to provide the spirituality or religious. First I listen him. Whenever he just, sometimes the people they talk, literally sometimes they take 20 minutes. They keep on talking. I kept quiet. I said, go, keep on, take out whatever you you want to. When they're done, so I get the idea, the understanding, what they kind of needed based upon their talk. So according to whatever they need, I just try to help them. So
that's beautiful.
That's beautiful. That's the way I talk to them.
That is beautiful.
I never try to force something on them. I just try to first find out what they needed. Sometimes they just need the books. Sometimes they need the help from the other chaplain. Okay, so I'll pass your message. I make sure, write their name, their CTC number, and I inform the other chaplains to make sure they have reached out to them. So that's usually I do.
Yeah, I know you've recently come deeper here to Southern California in Norco itself, and that is so good in the sense that I know that there's a community that possibly is available with opportunities to volunteer. How are some of the ways you'd like to see, the volunteers come in and join your team?
Regarding the volunteers, we do head over there at Stockton, CHCF, and still I'm looking here for the volunteers. One already he had the gate clearance, and I'm keep in touch with, and he's willing, inshallah. We're gonna soon continue. And still, I just moved a week before Ramadan in 2022. When I went to the masjid for the Tarawih at the Isha time, like after Isha time they get together, sometimes the people they come outside, my inside already looking for people. We already looking for people. Who could be the best for the volunteer so I can talk to him. So I always try to find. I love to have the volunteers, but I'm really very frank and straightforward. Most of the people, they just to go when they need a job and they want a job. Just as a volunteer to help religious point of view, I found very few. So alhamdulillah, still we have it. So I did talk to the couple of brothers here, and still I'm looking for, inshallah, if anyone you have some reference, or I love to recruit all the volunteers.
So I do want to say to the community, particularly in the Norco area, Chino area, because the facility is very near there, to please contact the chaplain and the institution to see what are the regulations, to become a volunteer and to join, because again, our community as a whole and chaplains really, need that support. They need that physical, literal support of our community to be engaged, to be involved, and there's so much you can be able to do, especially when you have a chaplain in the facility itself who's a Muslim. So he'll be able to navigate all of the particulars, but what you bring just as a visitor, able to sit with the majority of the men in a halaqah or ta'aleem, it just brings so much, and so please take advantage of this opportunity. We're just so grateful to Allah to have Muslim chaplains, in the prison system here in the state of California, and so we definitely want to be able to support them, not only as you support the Prison Outreach Program through your donations and the funds that we're able to acquire, but also hopefully with some of your abilities to actually come into the prison and to see the work firsthand. Chaplain, I'd like to also ask you, what are some things you think you need that we as a community can help you do your work? I know the state of California don't have a budget, and so I know oftentimes whether it's the large musalla for Juma, sometimes I know they use sheets and blankets, and if we can make that more enhancing, if that's something that's needed, or with your library, the state of it or the condition of it, how we can be able to increase in those areas.
First, Jazakumullah khairan for the offer, and definitely I do need the donations. I really thank you to the Ikna brothers Shahid, the Maryam Mosque at Narco, and he provided us about 900 Qurans, and still they're sitting at my home. So I'm in the process to get the approval. As soon get the approval, so I will take in the facility. But above than that, still I need more some CDs, and the prayer rugs. Actually, unfortunately, when in the Ramadan, so when I used to do in this Ramadan 22, used to conduct the evening services, I really feel sorry. Like one of the inmate, the Muslim brother, they used their individual rugs. He used to put his shoes under the rug because he's hurting on his knees, the floor. So that really, pinch me, touch me, this one. So I did contact to some of the brothers outside. I told them we need a rug, and still I'm working with the Pleasanton community. Brother Munir and the sister Archmond, she's helping us a lot, and she's I hope, and she's trying to manage to find out the vendor something to get the rugs for us. And I also asked him the whiteboard for teaching them, because there's no whiteboard yet. There used to be some, they broke down, so without whiteboard teaching them the Arabic is hard. So definitely I do need some Qurans, specifically that you provide me the last year. Those are the unique, yeah, the specific. If you have kind of those or something close to that, or some CDs, I ask you to help us.
Well, we'll have some CDs to give you, inshallah, when you leave today, inshallah. But what is the number right now in a general sense?
On my list right now is 80 Muslim units. 80 right now. That was on the Ramadan list, and still is the same.
Now, do you have, I know some of the prisons have different yards. So you have 80 in one area, or the different locations?
The different locations. We have the 4 yards.
Okay.
So we have from the Muslim units from every yard. This is the second level, the prison, the institution. The people come and go and come and go. So that's why the numbers are changing. It doesn't stay the same.
Okay. So when you do Juma, do you have 4 different Jumas, or do they get to
No,
come?
just one Juma.
Okay, so they all get to come.
Come together.
Oh, that's
because
great.
we have one chapel, just one space. They are able to come at one time, one space. So we have just one Juma.
Oh, that's awesome. That is very good. Because I know some of the places, the 4 yards are separate, and everything is done separate. So that's great that you can be able to bring them together.
Yeah, now I feel more comfortable because having the one Juma.
Yeah.
Before this in Stockton, there's two chapels, and the other chapel a little bit away, like 15 minutes walk, 10 to 15 minutes walk. Sometimes we use the cart, the go-kart, and so I had that experience. So because of that, now I feel much easy and comfortable to manage that. I'm really enjoying the job based upon what I learned from last 8 and 9 years at my institutions, all rules, regulations, the CDCR Title 15, the book of the rules, regulations. So I have to some extent the expertise of my area. So I have no issue here, so I'm just enjoying because I know what I have to do.
You know, I would like to ask you about the opportunity, the career of being a Muslim chaplain, because, you know, we have young people, and I know that there are now a number of places that they are looking for Muslim chaplains. So can you kind of speak to, like you said, your experience as a chaplain and how it is something that young people should look into as a career path?
I will say it's not just a job. If you want just a job, please think some other jobs. It's all about your passion. Second time, all is all about your passion. How much you have really in touch with your religion, how much you practice, how much you believe about that. Is this job about that? If you just want to be job, right, to spend the number of hours, that's not for you. It needs required a passion. This job required, you need to interact with the people, the inmates who are like struggling, right? They have the issues, to deal with them, to give them an encouragement, to change their life. That's job for them, not just to go at 8 o'clock and come back 4 o'clock. I'm done with my, not for them. So, like I study up to master in mathematics. I was a lecturer. And here I used to teach in high school. So when I got to know about this job, I quit all those. Even I had the intention to improve a little bit my certificates to go in the college here to teach as a lecturer. But as soon I heard about this one, I get to know about this one, I said, no, this is for me, and that's it. And now, for example, my feeling, if I'm given a chance to pick to want to be a lecturer at university or this job, I would say I need this job. If I need 10 chances, I will still pick the same one. Who cares about the money or the status or this? Even I'm now on the list of the manager's position, my supervisor position. I'm just one interview away. So I got many the chances about this one, but still I prefer this job. Who cares about to be a manager or just say for a little status? The people say he's a manager. No, it's just for worldly. So if you want this job, the first, I believe, the requirement first you have to have the passion. You really have touch with your religion, the practicing, the love with Allah, the Prophet, the Quran, everything, the practice. So I believe then you will do a wonderful job, because you need to change the life of the people inside the prisons. So that's my advice or opinion about those brothers or youngsters who want to be. Otherwise, it's very easy to get this job, but it's not just a job. It's something way more than that.
And to go along with that, I do want to make it known to the community members that may not know that Bayan University federal system, whether it's the military or the Federal Bureau of Prisons or any of the prisons across the country. So there are educational opportunities to enhance, as our brother so aptly said, you want this to be something that you have a passion about. And one of the ways to see if you do is to come visit one of the jails or the prisons. Have that opportunity to sit among the men and the women and to see if you have this calling. Because there's many chaplains who say that, you know, it's a calling. It's something that happens within them that they couldn't resist. And because it is work that you want to have a passion for and not just a salary. Again, I thank you so much for joining us with the ShuraTV. May the Shura Council continue to be supported with this program. Follow us, subscribe to ShuraTV, learn from these series of conversations that we're having with chaplains, with those formerly housed in these different places of corrections, as well as administrators and educators. But join us as we try to bring you some enlightenment to teach you to be more sensitive and more caring when you do come into contact with someone who has come home, who has discovered Islam in the jails or the prisons throughout this country. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Today's episode is sponsored by Mercy Without Limits. For Qurbani information, please visit www.mwlimits.org.